scene. Fucking barnacle. Barnacle. Okay, so encoding overloads right here. And we welcome you here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway for race number, I didn't check, and checkered flags out here for practice out of Atlanta, but a very, very beautiful city here in the state of Georgia, obviously. Now being turned into a super speedway configuration after, you know, going through that repave back in 2021. And, well, we're pretty excited for an exciting race here tonight at Atlanta. Don't you agree with me, Hess?
Yeah, my name's Garrett Hess. I'm going to be one of your two commentators today alongside Andrew Schulte for this SRL Blaze Designs Cup Series race at the new Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is different from the one that you might be used to. This is a 1.5-mile super speedway. The banking has been increased. It's flat out in these cars, just like it would be at Talladega or Daytona. But it's also noticeably thinner. It 3 wide at this configuration, is a little sketchy. So I think we're gonna see a lot of just 2x2 pack racing. I don't think it's gonna be like Talladega where a third line forms until late, and if we do get a fourth lane, well, there's gonna be a big old yellow flag right after that, and a lot of hurt feelings.
Yeah, and obviously, this Atlanta had a lot of good racing. Now, I believe that the COT ran here still has to lift, so I would like to see a full race with COTs and see how those would handle, obviously with less tire degradation, seeing as the surface was repaved and more smoother. But I believe that if we kept the old configuration like a mile and a half and it wasn't a super speedway, I think the racing would be very bad. That's what my belief is. I don't know. I have my belief on Atlanta Suede. I don't watch NASCAR much anymore, but I did love that old Atlanta, which is still available here on the iRacing service. Just the SRL Boys Designs Cup Series has chosen to use the new one. So obviously a huge super speedway. Well, not huge, but it's a small super speedway. Not really a super speedway, but it's about the same length as Nashville, which isn't actually super speedway. But hey, who cares?
With the COTs, I believe that they actually had to. I believe that they actually had a break.
Oh,
Entering the corners,
that's
they had
impressive.
I remember there being. I think there was like
There's a video on Twitter.
a YouTuber or a YouTuber did a like league race with the 2011 car tomorrows at this configuration, and they had to lift off and get on the brakes eventually. So.
Yeah.
With extra downforce, of course, reduced power. It's gonna be flat out, pedal to the metal. 133 laps here at Atlanta. So that's gonna be about 200 miles. We're about halfway through qualifying at the moment. There's gonna be very little difference between the time because there's not a whole lot of time to gain or lose when there's no difference in the pedal inputs.
Yeah, obviously.
So I'm expecting a first time winner this race.
Yeah, and obviously that's Evan Allen 3 in the number 50 car. Very beautiful orange and black scheme. He ran that last season, if you weren't here last season, and then runs it this season. So obviously a very timeless design here in the SRL Cup Series. And welcome back to the chat, Quack. Obviously being one of our HTBB viewers, and we welcome you here. Obviously, probably not what you're used to normally to see a broadcast, but we're glad you're here. Hope you enjoy this intense racing. A very good night to choose out. And this is super speedway racing. Everyone's going to be close in a pack. It's not going to be spread out, and that is a beautiful throwback to the Corvettes. One of the mid to late 2000 Corvettes. Very beautiful throwback, Wyatt Roberts. I know David has a RC car of that. That is insane. Hold on, I gotta show this to David. That is actually insane. Hold on. Oh, that's my ATVO timing screen here.
I think that with how thin the track is for a super speedway, I think managing the side draft is also going to be a big factor in this race because you get too close to someone on the side and you can basically be dead even with them throughout the entire length of the track. So if you want to manage the lines, managing the air is the first thing you got to do, and side drafting is a big part of that. And since the cars are going to be a lot closer together, I think we're going to see a lot of side drafting, and who knows, maybe we even have some arguments over side drafting. Anyways, qualifying has just ended. Let's go through your starting lineup.
And obviously a very tight starting lineup here, considering the fact that this is a super speedway. Everyone's going to be close-knit together. Everyone's, So we're going to start off here with a nice static scene. We're coming from the tower. We have Geo Turpin on screen. And, well, I'll wait for some of our leaders to show up here. But we're going to start with your grid, obviously. And I'll take it from the start, and then Hess, you can follow along with me, and obviously then we can keep switching back and forth. So here we go. Andrew Cootie starting out your grid from row 1. Nicholas Martinez Jr. from position 2. What is going on with my voice? Anime Boyles P3, Geoturf in P4. In row 2. Golden Dominic Barbagallo, row 3. Osnar and Blaze McKinney, row 4. And Sam Brochu, Nicholas Borskowski, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Row 5, Hess, you can take it from here up until row 10.
Row 6. Evan Allen 3 starting in the 11th position. Next to him is the 072 Jordan Herring. In row 7, John O. Lynch in the 90 with Caleb McKinney next to him in the 76. Row 8 is Riley Marabello in the 16. Good old Riley Marabello. And Aaron Barnacle in the number 66 in row number 8. In row 9 is the 80 of Nicholas Budimlik and Joseph Lewis in the 26 next to him. And in row 10, the 42 of Wyatt Roberts starting in 19th. And in 20th position, the number 60 of Andretti Robinson.
Row 11, you're going to take it with Jason Brady and Michael Deitch in the 57. Now row 12, you're going to have James Bomar and Aladim Contreras. Two people we know very well, Henry Kaloff and James Thurston. Last week's winner there at Richmond, obviously more up north in Virginia. And row 14, we have Jordan Coons. Obviously a very consistent driver in SRL, and I believe he hasn't qualified, so we're now looking at iRating. No, these are our... No, these are people who qualified, so that's very surprising to see that Jordan Coons has qualified back there. Malachi Drake also there. Sean Rowan, Kenny Reel, and has taken it from here.
Edward Mendez in the 460, starting in 31st, and next to him is the 37 of Glenn Bungeon Jr., if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Yep, small problem.
Yeah, we might have...
Oh, wait, I think I know the issue. Hold on. I know the issue. Yep,
Okay, so
that would be my culprit. I found the issue.
We're at Edwin Mendez. Okay, Edwin Mendez in the 460, and then, my mistake, Connor Zola in the number 88 next to him. And behind them, starting in 33rd, is Jack Carter in the 20 and Francis Henderson in the 27. 35th is the 64 of Andrew Larner, and 35th is the 050 of Carson Marenka. The 079 of Jacqueline Stewart.
Oh, we're about to go green here.
It starts 37th, and Van Drugman in 38th. And last but not least, number 39 on the grid goes to Glenn Bungeon Jr. in 37.
Yeah, obvious.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Now we're going to go through your weather. I don't know what the hell's happening.
You might need to fix your stream.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to need to fix. Hold on. You want to go through our weather real quick?
Yeah, sure. The weather right now is a pretty toasty 84 degrees. In game, it is 2:39 p.m. The track temperature is a scorching 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That means that cars might even get a little bit loose. You never know. But completely dry track, no chance of rain whatsoever. 2 mile per hour westward blowing wind. It's a beautiful day here for some virtual racing. And Andrew Cootie looking to start this off with a bang.
I got no idea what's going on. We're going to have to radio this for the first few laps, but let's please lead us off with the radio.
Okay, pace cars in turn 4. Lights are off. That means it's coming in this time by. Pace car has pulled into the pit lane, and we're waiting for the green flag from the flagman. Green flag is out. Andrew Cootie and the rest of the field steps on it. The 48 of Nicholas Martinez Jr. is having internet problems, so he's blinking all over the place, making it hard for that outside line to get anything done. Adam Boyles now clear on the high side. He can move up to the outside line if he wants to take it, but he looks like he's electing to stay on the inside line for right now. Andrew Cootie still in the lead as the field tries to fan out a little bit. Still just 1 and 2 wide. No 3 wide action just yet. I think everyone's having some smart decisions. Off of turn 4, Andrew Cootie is going to lead the first lap of this race with, whoops, my mistake. Give me a second. With Adam Boyles right behind him. Nicholas Martinez Jr. starting to make a resurgence on the outside line. Looks like his internet problems are being resolved. He's getting a good run off the corner, getting help from Gio Turpin, but Andrew Cootie comes up to block the outside line, then moves back down to the bottom to protect that lead coming into turn 3. Andrew Cootie doing a good job managing the lines right now, but all over the place. Gets a big shunt from Nicholas Martinez Jr. entering turn 1, but no harm, no foul, as Nicholas Martinez Jr. Jumps to the bottom lane, leaving the leader of the outside line to Gio Turpin, that number 84 right now. So right now, it is all Andrew Cootie running the show. Ooh. Oh, Cootie's in the wall. He drifted up, tried to block the outside line, got in the wall. That allows Nicholas Martinez to undercut him, and now he will take the lead for lap number 3. But now he's under heavy attack from Gio Turpin on the inside, being pushed by Dominic Barbagallo. It's going to be a pretty even contest down the back straight, but Nicholas Martinez Jr. doing a good push from Andrew Cootie, but can't get enough of a push to clear the 84 to jump to the inside line. So Gio Turpin leading the inside line, but Nicholas Martinez Jr. with a great run off of turn 4. Gio Turpin. Pretty cool bar, not too crazy. We just started.
Your internet's going out. And I have this going right. Okay, now you're back. I don't.
Okay, sorry.
Being weird.
Anyways, Andrew Cootie leading the inside line now. He retakes the lead as we have some 3 wide action all the way in the back. I think that's Cole Denton. Yeah, Cole Denton dropping to the back. He doesn't want any part of any funny business. Going back to the front, Andrew Cootie is in the lead. We have a new leader on the outside line. That is the number 072 of Jordan Herring. But Nicholas Martinez Jr. trying to look all over the place to get past Andrew Cootie, and Cootie's blocking like a madman out here. From the bottom to the top to the middle, he's covering the entire track, and he's doing a darn good job at it. He's staying in the lead, and has a pretty dominant hold over the rest of the lead pack right now. But with Jordan Herring and Riley Marabello coming up on the outside line, that could change at any moment. As we just crossed the line for lap number 8, Andrew Cootie in the number 6. We coming up on Andrew Larner. First car 1 lap down. I believe he started from the pit. Same thing with Carson Marenka in the 050. So these guys are already the first cars 1 lap down. They're staying on the high side like they should on a super speedway. I think they were expecting a big wreck early on, and nothing came of it. But 3 wide for second place. Riley Marabello shoots the gap. What a move by Marabello. He now becomes the leader on the outside line. Second place to Marabello, right alongside Andrew Cootie. As, whoa, bad push from Nicholas Martinez Jr. to Jordan Cootie. That kills the inside line's momentum. Yeah, that puts Marabello and Jordan Herring firmly in positions first and second. Luckily, no accidents happened, but that could have been a very big stack up from one bad push. So Marabello takes the lead. Jordan Herring in the 072 right behind him. Looks like the inside line has the advantage right now. Nicholas Borowski is leading the outside line, but he's all the way back in, I believe, 5th place at this moment. But Andrew Cootie and Martinez move up to the high side, trying to get something going to get a run off the exit of the corner. Andrew Cootie hungry to get the lead back, and he might get it at the line. Yep. Andrew Cootie is your leader again with a great run coming out of turn 4 into turn 1. And I believe that he's clear to drop down to the inside on Marabello if he wants to. I think he wants to bring Martinez with him. So it's Borowski, Martinez Jr., and Cootie at the front of your race at this moment. How's the broadcast handling right now? I'm getting no response, so I'm just gonna keep radioing.
Keep going. It's
Andrew Cootie's still in the lead. It's about a two car length separation between Martinez and Cootie and the rest of the pack, but they're gonna be swallowed up real quick. Right, this is giving me Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart vibes with how dominant they were working together at plate tracks, but it's only lap 13. We're only 1/10 of the way through, as it looks like Borowski trying to make a third line happen. As we're actually having some 3-ride racing towards mid-pack that just settled out between Osnar, Sam Brochu, and Andretti Robinson. You can go 3 wide here, but things can get a little sticky as the sudden harshness of the banking can lead cars to travel up the track and scrape the wall a little bit. So if you're in that middle line, if it's 3 wide, you're really having some trouble. As Riley Marabello with a great run, great push from the Richmond winner, James Thurston, to the lead. Marabello and Thurston leading the outside line. Marabello looking to cut off Cootie, but he has a lot of time to work with right now. And Marabello will lead lap number 15, coming to lap 16. Marabello elects to stay on the high side as we got some action in the middle. Sam Brochu nearly spun. Same with John Lynch. They're getting really antsy in the middle of the pack. 3 wide for about 10th place. It's lap 16. I don't know if that's really worth it. But here comes James Thurston. Whoa. That was close. James Thurston forced it 3 wide. We got some contact in the middle. Nicholas Martinez Jr. got doored by, I believe, Gio Turpin. But looks like they made it back safely. Oh, we got a car around. That's Riley Marabello. That's the leader. Oh, big wreck in front of the field. Kenny reels in it. Marabello doesn't have a front end. Big damage to Dominic Barbagallo. I believe Sam Brochu's in it as well. Joseph Lewis with some heavy damage. And yes, multiple meatball flags out already for Caleb McKinney, Joseph Lewis, Riley Marabello, and Dominic Barbagallo already. So drama, as we're not even not even a fifth of the way through the race. So while the broadcast is struggling right now, let's see what happened. So it looks like coming into turn 1, Jordan Herring tries to make the move to the inside of Riley Marabello. Marabello doesn't realize that Herring is there, and just comes across his nose a little bit. That's one of those sad super speedway things, but when you're racing this close, that's what happens. And Marabello turns hard into the outside wall, and this is nowhere to go for Barbagallo, Brochu. Oh yeah, Lewis got in it too. Yeah, Joseph Lewis had nowhere to go. The seas parted, and he was right in the middle of the flood. Kenny Real got turned around. Same with Caleb McKinney after trying to avoid the wreck. Cole Denton got a piece of it. Seems like Caleb McKinney was the only one to get any super serious damage. But big drama already for this race. And we have 2 confirmed DNFs already right now. And that is, well, more like do not starts. That is the 37 of Glenn Bundren Jr. and Joe Quinn Stewart in the 079. Currently leading is the man himself, Aaron Barnacle, in the number 66. In second place is, that's not second place. That's 20th place. I'm trying to see the order once it crosses the line. Okay. Pace car lights are off. So that means we have 1 lap to go until the green flag restart. Aaron Barnacle currently in the lead, choosing the outside line. Andrew Cootie in third, choosing the inside line. So he will start on the inside on row number 1. And your top 10 currently is is Aaron Barnacle, Andrew Cootie, Adam Boyles, Michael Deitch, Nicholas Martinez Jr., James Thurston, Evan Allen, Cole Denton, we were just talking about him, Osnart, and Geo Turpin. Evan Allen really came out of nowhere, really, to come into the top 10. So a strong start for him. But as the pace car goes into turns 3 and 4 on the south end of the speedway.
I think we have something going.
What do you mean?
I think it's working decently. Oh God. You know what? We're gonna try it.
So we have
some
so
sort of
pace car is in. Aaron Barnacle will lead the field to the green flag. Green flag is out. About equal. Well, Aaron Barnacle with a real good start. The outside line did not get going at all. James Thurston and Michael Deitch, my mistake, didn't get that great of a start. But Andrew Cootie already on the offensive, trying to see where he can go. Aaron Barnacle drops to the back. That's gonna forfeit the lead to Andrew Cootie with Adam Boyles right behind him. 2 by 2 right now. No one's daring going 3 wide just yet. We do got some people wiggling near the back, but that's just common super speedway stuff. Andrew Cootie with a comfortable lead right now as Deitch got in the wall. That's a big wreck. Oh no. Big one on lap number 22. Oh, that's a bunch of junked cars. We have 7 cars with meatball flags right now, which means that in iRacing, a meatball means that you have to come into pit lane for repairs. That is 8 cars with required damage. Let's see what happened on this one. So it started off relatively fine coming in turn 1 on the restart. Looks like Michael Deitch, hit the wall, bounced off. It's so easy to hit the wall at Atlanta. You think you're running lower than you actually are, and the turn is just a lot sharper. It's so deceptive. So he hits the wall and just bounces down right in front of Cole Denton. Nothing that Denton could do. Gets into Osnar, and then that just flings him up the track. So that includes Andretti Robinson, Joseph Lewis again. Wyatt Roberts is in it. John Lynch got a piece of it. Blaze McKinney, Malachi Drake, Edwin Mendez. That was a big wreck. I'd say about 10. I'd say about 10 to 12 cars were involved in that one, and we have about a 35 car field. So that is a big portion of the field. Van Drugman has no front end whatsoever. Oh, I didn't see your message. Yeah, let me screen share.
All right, I have an idea, sort of here. Hold on.
Do you still need me to screen share?
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna use your feed as the broadcast.
Okay.
That's how we're gonna do this.
This is the okay.
Pull trading paints up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go for that, and then.
Just chill behind me. I'm down there.
Also turn radio off, because someone might have a few exploitives over the radio.
I don't have sound working.
Sure.
Wait, can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear it. I can hear it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Back. Yes. Sound.
No, I gotta figure out how to.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I have it at negative 40, so you shouldn't hear anything.
All right, now car sounds can stay.
Jesus. Okay, hold on.
Car sounds need to stay. The mic sounds cannot.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Here.
Sound.
What's out?
10. Chat. Negative 40. Okay, there. Oh, shit.
Hey! Whoa!
Sorry. I just realized I had the Donald. Okay, so we're having the Donald Trump spotter pack on because I don't know. I can't change that without restarting
we're gonna go
the
to
game.
the thumbnail and get this ready.
Okay. Sorry for the Bill O'Reilly moment right there. We'll do it live.
Hold on, we're doing this. Hold on. We're gonna get this working one way or another. I have the overlay up on my own screen, so I'm gonna produce that part. On. All right, now make yours look more professional. Like, don't stay on far chase. No, don't do far chase, dude.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot.
TV cameras. Yes, much better.
Okay.
All right, now it's okay to have just have it stuck on TV one. It doesn't matter at this point.
Is it okay if I leave the iRacing stuff open, or do I have to close it?
No. Yeah, you have to press spacebar to erase it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Andrew Cootie. Andrew Cootie takes the point on what lap is this?
It will be 26.
On lap 26 to the outside. He's been very dominant at controlling the lanes here at Atlanta. Looks like the 17 of Barbagallo drops to the inside to drop to the back. Considering how this race has gone so far, I can't really blame him for that. 3 wide in the middle.
There we go.
I believe it's the 072.
Oh yeah, we got it working.
Whoa. What happened?
Yeah, we got it working now.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm happy now.
We got 3 wide. Whoa! Blaze McKinney nearly in the wall with I believe, what's his name? Seal? Or no, Real.
Yeah, Kenny Real.
Kenny Real. I'm sorry. I'm
gonna have no idea who you. Oh, whoops! I can't pull that up. I'm gonna have no idea who you're talking about for half the race. So
that's okay. Okay. Evan Allen 3 currently leading, was leading the inside line. Jordan Cootie and Nicholas Martinez Jr. leading the outside line. That is Adam Bowles on the 22 behind Martinez. We have 3 wide for I'd say that's about 8th position. Whoa, Kenny Real getting really close with one of those blue cars. I can't really tell because I don't have ATVO. But we're having a mad scramble. Oh, big contact with Blaze McKinney and Adam Bowes. Big loose moment for Kenny Real. What is going on here at Atlanta? It is absolute pandemonium.
I just realized their trading paint still isn't up.
It's too. Once we get another caution, I'll refresh trading paints. But we have 3 wide for 3rd place right now. That's Jack Carter as Blaze McKinney in the outside wall again. He needs to cut the corners a little bit more. But we have We have some 3-wide racing for 5th place. That is that's Kuntz, and then Allen and McKinney, Blaze McKinney, battling for the 5th position. And like I said, 3-wide's possible, but a lot of times it doesn't work out. So it looks like we have 2 packs forming. The main pack, whoa, big loose moment from Evan Allen. But Blaze McKinney shooting the gap, getting into Gio Turpin, into Jack Carter. They're bumping and banging for 2nd place. Boys, it's only lap 31. We still got 100+ laps left.
Good job, you can count.
But Andrew Coody's still dominating this race so far. He's putting up a clinic on how to manage the lines, but he might be under threat from Gio Turpin and Jack Carter, forced through the middle. Looks like it's going to be Jack Carter with the advantage, but he doesn't have, whoa, no! Oh, big wreck in the middle. Oh, no. Oh, that's the last thing you wanted to see. Oh, jeez.
Hey, free bumpers for the souvenirs.
Yeah.
Now refresh
People
your
on
trading page, buddy.
People on eBay are going to have a ride of a time selling those bumpers. Because I saw them go everywhere. All right, let me refresh trading paints.
Good job, he's refreshing it. Also, check
What?
DM.
DMs? Yeah. I'm looking at your DMs right now. Give me a second to... We don't need a 3rd commentator.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
Okay, let me...
Would you rather I just stay in the booth or?
Yeah, you can stay in the booth.
All right, so I guess it's either that mean you're staying.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry for the...
Yeah, Hess doesn't even have ATVO, so we're kind of doing it like this since my broadcast seems...
we apologize for the guerrilla style.
We're doing what we can at this point.
We're
didn't want to fix.
We're low budget TV right now.
Yeah.
Trying to find the pace car.
Yeah, pace car. It's number 0 pace car.
There you go.
Yep, good job. You found him.
All right, we welcome you back to the Schumacher Racing League Blaze Designs Cup Series at Atlanta. Apologize for any technical difficulties that may have arisen.
Yeah, hopefully not arise now.
Yeah, this is in terms of iRacing, this is a very
Bad combination.
graphic.
Next gen.
This is a very technically intense combination. So the mix of this plus streaming, sometimes you have to make compromises.
Yeah, and unfortunately my computer wasn't willing to compromise. And also, I mean,
Anyway,
yeah, this track car combo sucks for my computer. I don't know how it survived, but we're back green here, and Hess, you can lead us off.
all right, Gio Turpin in the top spot right now, leading the way with Henry Kaloff and Dominic Marbagello right behind him. 36 of 133 laps to go. Most of the field has been either damaged or wiped out through a stream of just steady big wrecks. So hoping to get some nice green flag racing in, but we already have some 3-wide action with the 40. What am I looking at?
I have no idea, but
Yeah, we had some nice green. Oh yeah, with the 48. The Jr. He's trying to make the far outside line work, and currently it's the inside line dominating with Jason Brady, all the way up front, and we have a car all the way on the outside. That is, I believe that's Andrew Coody trying to make his way back to the front. and
Now,
we just had about 4 wrecks, and they're still not giving an inch of room. They are just going crazy out there. I think they're just begging for another wreck with how they're racing right now. We still got 100 laps left. Me personally, I'm a seasoned iRacer. I dial it back a little bit, at least until 10 to go.
get a load of this guy saying season iRacer, but yeah, we have a lot of intense racing as Throttle forgot to put on his own trading paints, but 39 of 133 laps in, and yeah, I don't know either. Hess's wasn't working, so yeah, just refresh it at this point. But obviously these guys going 2-3 wide already here at Atlanta, and we are not even within 90 to go by this point. And you know, we have a lot of coverage here on FTN, and obviously a lot of super speedway races going on tonight with the other super speedway league, the Coal Money Series, and then we have SRL, which is the one we hope you're watching, because this has been some great racing, Hess, and obviously with those technical difficulties and how the track car combination was very difficult on computers. You know, you have not that good of a computer yourself, I'd like to say, because that makes me feel better. Yeah, it got better, but obviously before it got better, how bad was? Oh, they're 4 wide now.
Oh, they're getting things are getting dicey for the 10th spot.
And now they're 3 wide. I thought they were going to work too.
I thought one of the cars was gonna try to force it forward, which is just not gonna work here. It may work in a real life setting sometimes, but it's not gonna work here in iRacing.
Yeah, the tracks.
Too much variables at play. I think 3 wide, especially on lap 42. Oh, we got cars around. That's the.
Oh no! There they go.
Oh, that's the 201 of James Bomar.
And
yeah,
that's the 91 of James Thurston. Obviously, before we went to the break, we were gonna discuss, or the yellow, that we were gonna discuss how tough this combination is on computers, but we'll do that once we review this wreck. Obviously, a lot of people getting in the wreck, and you know, we missed 2 wrecks, but I'm glad we didn't miss this one. So I think we should go through whatever we have here.
This one was actually kind of tame compared to the other ones. That's honestly one of the greatest saves I've ever seen. But you know, this is super speedway racing. They're all gonna be close. It's going to be, you know, there's gonna be pushing, but I think that they need to dial it back a little bit, or else we're just gonna have 10 caution race when it should be like a 3 caution max race. It's just too skittish, and especially at this track where the transitions between corner and straight, it's too sharp, and I think that need to let off the gas a little bit. No pun intended. But looks like there wasn't too looks like no one hit anything too hard, and it was just a big scare, really. So we're waiting for the replay to come back, but hopefully things will smooth out sometime soon.
Yeah, and obviously now we're getting a replay of the wreck, I believe. Is this a replay? I believe so. And
so,
you know,
yeah. So we see the 6 of Cootie get a bad bump from Martinez, and that brings him down into Thurston. And I want keep the camera on Cootie real quick. That's fine. But if we can get another camera on Cootie, he had one.
Yeah, maybe a chopper camera would work. And our producer is having an issue just like me, but oh, never mind. We found him. We found Andrew Cootie, obviously. Anyways,
So we're watching Andrew Cootie right now. Looks like Martinez is trying to get a run off the corner, and you get great runs at this track, but they just weren't lined up when they came through the dogleg. And look at Andrew Cootie right now. He's completely sideways. He's completely sideways again, right in front of Martinez. Gets a bump, and still is wrangling that car to keep it straight.
Obviously, and
that's one of the greatest saves I've ever seen. What a job, Andrew Cootie, to keep that thing from obliterating the wall. Got some very talented drivers here in SRL, and he's one of them. Props to him for that save.
So I'm obviously Andrew Cootie not having a good reputation on super speedways. Hess saying talented drivers, and Cootie on super speedways, I wouldn't really put him in that column.
I mean, he's been dominant. He's been dominating the race.
Aggressive is the word I would use. Yeah, but you didn't watch the finish of I believe it was the 2023 Florida 500, but he did some things that people didn't like, and then also did some things at the 2024 Indiana 500, and there's an entire list of events I could name, but 23 Daytona 500 then. Yeah, he has a big reputation of not being the cleanest driver out here, so it wouldn't. I'm not hating, maybe I am, but obviously, in over his head is the term I'm being told to use. But obviously, he's gonna try to win this thing probably in an unethical way. But obviously, don't be surprised if that happens. But we're back green.
Green flag back out. Sam Brochu has inherited the lead under caution with the 072 Jordan Herring right behind him. Van Drummond in the bluey number 44. That's a sponsor I wasn't expecting on seeing.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen certain pink car. You know what I'm gonna say? We've seen a feet finder car in here, but bluey, I don't know. All right, Hess, you've broadcasted both races. Which would be worse, feet finder or bluey?
Considering the demographic of bluey, I'd say bluey.
Okay, well, I think we have an anime car in here. No, we don't.
Anyways.
Wait, that's an anime car. There's an anime car in here, I think. Yeah, look at the 45! Look on the side!
What's on the side of the 45?
Look on the side, Hess!
Oh, hold on. Give me a second.
Oh my god, that is beautiful. There is comic books of a Brandon Dollar type anime girl on the side of that car. That is beautiful.
Oh my god.
That is beautiful. Yeah. Jason Brady, best scheme of the night.
What a gemmy car.
Yeah, that is a gem car. I love that scheme. I'm sorry to interrupt there. Oh, we have a Crunchyroll car on the outside of it too. What are the chances? That is absolute. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, now Blaze McKinney goes up.
Some three-wide action once more.
And you know who's next to Blaze McKinney? That would be Barnacle. Barnacle next to Blaze McKinney. Obviously, a lot of things happening right here. We've seen two anime cars, and now both the Bird is the Word cars drafting each other. So this is definitely going to be interesting on how this plays out. A lot of very fun schemes.
Here comes Scooty down to the inside on Sam Brochu, and another aggressive move to retake the lead. I think that this might harm him later in the race. People aren't going to be as kind to him as they might have been before with how he's driving. So
I mean,
the short-term gains might be palpable, but not long-term gains, because we're not even halfway through the race yet. It's lap 50 at 133. Here comes Jordan Herring with a big run. Car on the outside wall for a second. I believe that was.
We've seen Jordan Herring before. Oh my God, that is a car of all time. Look at that car. You know, Jordan Herring doesn't do many things good. Oh, there's a spin in the back. I think that we are gonna have a yellow. That would be Joseph Lewis and Edwin Mendez having a spin in the back. So obviously not good. Yeah, caution's out for that. Definitely not what they wanted to have happen here. And we're going to go take a look at that replay.
Joseph Lewis is not having a good day.
Yeah, he was. Ooh. So we're going to look at this on the live feed here. We have Lewis on the outside. Oh man,
Yeah,
that 46.
Mendez just came right up in front of who's that? Came up right in front of Caleb McKinney.
Yeah, and then got turned, and then Lewis was unfortunately there. Yeah, and obviously, our producer doing some very wise decisions of turning off the overlay so you get the maximum view here. So shout out to our producer. And now the wreck. So obviously a very unfortunate thing. It was in between the there's 3 Bird is the word cars. We have the 76, the 66, and the 17. That is a lot of cars. I want a 98 of that font. Barb, can you do that? Anyways.
You know that there's a guy who's in it for the love of the game. Joseph Blue is 7 laps down. He's probably been in every wreck.
He's towing it.
None of which is of his own fault, and he hasn't left yet. I think that's dedication to the game.
Now,
staying for this long when your hopes are already dashed.
I'd like to take a look at the 72 car, but Throttle's Trading Paints is having a small problem. But on our view, it has a very beautiful 72 car. That is the Cole. No, that's not Cole. So his car is an all black car, saying on the hood,
on the side.
Yeah, it says on the hood it says I don't know IDK, like IDK player, how to make a good 4th of July scheme. So here's an American flag, and it has the American flag, probably the first image you see on Google. And then it has I tried bra on both sides with the 72 on all of the sides, even on the roof. And let's go on an in-car cam. So we're gonna try this.
You really could have tried a little bit more.
It has, look at that, Hess. Look on the inside of his car. It has Jordan Herring and then Herring 72 overwriting everything. So obviously that's a not the preferable thing you want to have showing there, but and Geo Turpin is saying DRS enabled. Now I think he might be a bit slow in the head because we aren't at F1. Okay. Well, listen. These cars don't have DRS. What are you gonna do DRS with?
They got side draft.
Okay, yeah, that might work. I mean, yeah. Now, James, on board with James Thurston, in the Persistem 96 machine, taking the choose cone on the outside. Now, that thing is very beautiful. He ran a Car of Tomorrow lap at Long Beach, a very cool combo. I might try to run it. I think we should start a COT league and run some cool tracks. And Throttle disrespecting my favorite car on the service. One of my favorite cars.
He's kind of spinning.
Okay, Huss. You like the silver crown. I don't know what you mean.
Buddy, so.
Okay, but you're a
silver crown and sprint car is literally one of the best cars in the game.
They're on the same tire model as the COT, buddy.
Okay. So
how is it any different?
Extremely loud incorrect buzzer.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think we need to go battle it out on sword fights on the heights. Yeah, and that NASCAR Split 2 on FTN. This is amazing. Yeah, this is Road to Pro right here. I
mean, the way this race is going, it goes like a Road to Pro race, full of cautions.
You know, we have a fun stat I want to tell everyone. Our HTBB broadcasts do get more views than the Road to Pro, so that's pretty cool. So we love our HTBB viewers. If any of you are watching, we love you. Same with our iRacing viewers. We also love you. Thank you for being here, no matter what type of broadcast you prefer here on FTN. Pace car is rolling off, ready to go, and
green flag.
We are coming back to the green. So Sam Rocher in the 98. Not obviously, you know, I'm usually associating myself with the 98, but obviously cool to see someone in the 98 in the lead, because I would never do that. Blaze McKinney was running in second.
Trying to do a self-insert of a lead.
Yeah, well, shut up. Blaze McKinney. Oh, so James Thurston and Blaze McKinney say screw you and go to the low side, as both. Those are the same university. I just don't know which. Throttle. Do you have any information? Oh no, wait, that's Spyro Esports. My bad. I thought it was some university on the front.
It looks like a university car.
90 and a 98. Very cool looking cars.
But that completely kills any momentum the outside line had going. It's mostly the inside line dominating right now, with Blaze McKinney leading. He was in I believe the first caution that came out. So it looks like he's having a good recovery so far. James Thurston right behind him, and Jordan Herring third, Jason Brady fourth, and Henry Kaloff. Haven't said a whole lot about him and Brady yet, but they're within the top 5 right now, as it's the single file, not the single file, the inside line doing most of the work right now. Outside line can't really get anything done just yet, as we saw a car, I believe that's Cootie, jump to the outside line. So yeah, maybe something he can do with it, but right now it's the Blaze McKinney show.
And as we see a nice simulation of 2013 Talladega in the spring, because I was about to say 2013 Daytona, but obviously they're going side by side. But I just wanted to ask, so before your PC update, did you ever run Next Gens with New Atlanta?
Yes.
So how bad was the performance? Because then the yellow came out and we never got to the question, but how bad was the performance on your side, so we can know how like bad the performance is if you have a garbage PC?
I had a decent computer, and big block from Blaze McKinney, and I dropped down to about 40 frames per second, which is not very good.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. They're 3 wide right now.
Anyways, three wide. Andrew Cootie already making some aggressive moves like normal. He's into second place. Blaze McKinney comes up to block him. There's some good pack racing right now. Cootie gets relegated to the middle line. Looks like nothing's happening for that middle line right now. Outside line slowly creeping forward, but Blaze McKinney still leading the point. Jordan Herring right behind him. We'll see if Herring will try anything to get past McKinney, or will he just slot in right behind as the field tries to grapple with going 3 wide. It's a tall order on iRacing. Not everyone can do it. And, well, if you can do it, you're at an advantage.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, if you're on iRacing, you have no idea what you're doing half the time. So, obviously, that's unfortunate for half of these guys, because you need to know what you're doing at all times on a super speedway, I'd like to think. Jordan Herring staying in second somehow. I don't know how he hasn't gotten shuffled back, but that is a surprise, not saying that he's bad. I mean, there was probably a statement where he's bad, but he's doing pretty good for himself right now.
But
what was that?
But big run from the outside line, spearheaded by Andrew Cootie. Got Blaze McKinney loose a little bit out of the corner. That's not going to be a very respected move, as Nicholas Martinez Jr. Takes second place on the outside line. Andrew Cootie back to the point, and he's going to have to try to manage the lines like he was earlier this race. Currently clear of McKinney, so he wants to drop to the bottom and stay there, but no, Andrew Cootie, he is going to be managing the air like crazy until either he wrecks or the entire field wrecks, because that's what seems to happen as Jordan Herring leaves McKinney out to dry. McKinney's going to start falling back as the pack engulfs him. But so 3 wide currently for about 6th place as the field tries to navigate around McKinney, and McKinney slots in behind Jordan Herring. So he'll try to make his way back up to the lead on this mostly dominant inside line. But things are starting to simmer down, relatively speaking, near the front. Nothing too outrageous just yet.
Yeah, and obviously, so we like to call him Nicholas Martinez Jr. here. I believe that would be Floppa. Oh, and he's gonna get, oh my, as soon as I started talking about him, he gets loose by getting hit, and now he's gonna be under the apron. He's gonna lose all of his spots, and there goes Floppa. So unfortunately for him, not having much of a good moment there, but he's got, I mean, obviously 70-something laps to go, 74, and he's got 74 laps to come back up here. Now, if this was Bristol, he'd probably not have much time, but considering it's a 1.5-mile super speedway, then he's got a lot of time. They're 3 wide. Sam Brochu and his teammate below, that would be Jono Lynch, and that's going to be Blaze McKinney, Jordan Herring, and Sam Brochu 3 wide now, and John Lynch is going to be pushing Andrew Cootie, and he's going to be trying to keep himself up there, but maybe not caring for Cootie about so much.
Yes, Ambrocho in the sucker hole. He's stuck in the middle with no help as the field basically engulfs him. But looks like everyone's trying to join in on the 3 wide experience right now, as another one of the Spire Esports cars in, I believe that's a 16 of Marabello, trying to force his way through. But common pack racing stuff, I just don't see how this is gonna end up very well. As we had a car very loose for a second. I apologize for the sudden change of tone, but these guys still aren't giving each other an inch of space, and that's just you're asking for even more trouble than we're already having. But Blaze McKinney leading the outside line. Haven't seen this guy a whole lot up front today. Connor Zola in the number 88, currently leading the inside line with Cootie right behind him. So a pretty good showing for Zola right now, and if he can pull off a win, that'd be pretty big for him, I'd think.
Yeah, and obviously, Connor Zola, he would be. I have no idea. We haven't talked. Oh, he's in third right now. We haven't talked about him all night, and he's came out of nowhere. I mean, okay, that's weird. Hold on, we might have an idea on who. We have Francis Henderson. So he might be the cause of it, and no, he's been alone. Okay, so we're gonna look for the cause of the caution here.
Bryce Hamrick, one of the race officials, had a little bit of a quick trigger finger, but I can't really blame him. We had a car get really loose near the back. I believe it was Evan Allen.
Yeah, I mean, that was in the middle of the pack too, so you're like, you know, something bad could have really happened there, and calling the caution, even though it wasn't really needed, is probably a good course of action. So, obviously, good call by the race officials there. Yeah, no, we're gonna. Oh, yeah, he did get really loose. That could have ended really badly if Evan didn't say it. So, good save by Evan right there, and obviously, yeah. So now, Hess.
Yeah, it looks like Turpin got in the wall and then nowhere for Allen to go.
Yeah.
But good job to everyone saving. What was your question?
So obviously we've had a few months to decide on how the new Camrys and Mustangs look, and I just want your opinion on how good do you think the Dark Horse is compared to the previous iteration of the Mustang, and then how do you think the Camry is against the previous iteration of the Camry?
I think that the Dark Horse, it would look a lot better without the stupid bags underneath the headlights.
Yeah, it looks like my eye bags when I'm half asleep.
Yeah, it looks like my eye bags throughout my school career. And the Camry, it just looks stupid. Like, it's got a real big mouth and real tiny eyes.
Yeah, it's
It reminds me a lot more of like an electric SUV than a car.
So obviously the Camry looks good if you do the scheme right. There's some schemes who don't really do it right, but obviously we've seen a few tonight that do it really good, and you know, the Dark Horse can look good depending on. And yeah, that, oh my god, that 23 looks like it has a mustache. Oh, yeah, our producer is saying it's the old Camry.
Yeah, the 23 is running a slightly outdated scheme.
That's like an MBM scheme. Like, they'd probably run the old Camry with new templates.
He didn't update the car, the car's paint file. But
you know,
when iRacing updated the car model, so the paint scheme's gonna look all weird.
Yeah, but I mean, the new Camry obviously has a better. All right, so if you have a scheme from the old Camry, I noticed this while working. I noticed this while working on one of my teammates' schemes from the old Camry. His scheme was really easy to port over, and it was really surprising. But obviously, the Mustang, I made a Pastrana car, if you don't know, and that scheme was absolutely horrible to port over. Actually, I still haven't ported it over, so one day, Demos is still waiting for me to port it over, which is really funny. You know what, let's do race predictions. So, who do you got winning this race?
Who do I got winning this race?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limb. And I'm going to say that the number, let's see. I see that Connor Zola is gonna come away with a surprise win.
That would be a very big surprise win. I don't know who to choose. I think Andrew Cootie, but he can get himself involved with some stupid things sometimes, obviously, but he can also close out the deal sometimes, so it really depends how he feels like today. But I'm going to take it also risky. I'm going to go Blaze McKinney to win this race, obvious. And that's a very beautiful 87 he's got, so let's hope my pick wins. And, you know, if my pick wins, I'm going to go port the Pastrana scheme over. But he has to win. He can't finish in front of your pick, Connor Zola. But now we're coming back to the green. McKinney, Zola, row 1 on your restart. It is green flag racing here at Atlanta, lap 72. Connor Zola gets shuffled back, and he's going to be all the way on the high side, being probably 7 rows deep by the time he gets to turn 2.
Yeah, no hope for Zola as Cootie basically trying not to try. I didn't even try working with him. Immediately just dove to the inside as well.
Oh, man. Oh, no. I thought that was going to end badly.
That could have been a big wreck in the back. Everyone kept it straight. Good job keeping it straight.
Wreck in the back, we stay green, as someone I once know well would say. Cootie takes the lead. Thurston pushing. But now that 45 we talked about earlier is trying to help McKinney with no luck. Brochu and Lynch are trying to help that bottom lane now. Now they turn to the top. And 3 wide. No, that's going to turn 2. STU.
Cootie's still managing the outside lines pretty well, but he might have a threat right behind him. The 90 of Lynch and the 98 of Brochu, both teammates. They have more direct communication, so they they can work together. But 3 wide, Lynch all the way to the bottom. He's gonna take the lead. Cootie gets shuffled to the outside and behind Thurston. My mistake. And now it's going to be Lynch and Brochu trying to push each other to get clear of Thurston. But Cootie's doing a real good job keeping Thurston ahead of that inside line. So if those 2 Spyro Esports cars can get linked up, I think that they can put a stranglehold on this field. But with how good James Thurston and Andrew Cootie have been working together, it's really anyone's game, especially with these super speedway type races. So I'm excited to see how teamwork will factor into this race. But we still have 60 laps to go, so we have much race left until the finish flag.
Finish flag. Yeah, the checkered flag, the finish line. But obviously, you're talking about teams. I noticed the 3 Bird is the Word cars. You have that number 17 of Dominic Barbagal, the highest running one all the way back in 12th. Then you have the other 2, which would be, they're very far back. The first would be Aaron Barnickel, who is now falling back to, I believe, just about 25th. And then the second is, I think, out of this race. I think it was the 76 of Caleb McKinney. I don't know if he's related to Blaze. I don't think so. And no, he's all the way back in 32nd, running next to the very bad cars, the ones that wrecked, or the ones that just got shuffled out. So obviously, they're trying to form a single file pack to get back up to this first pack, and a lot of changes have happened while we went green. So we have Thurston first, we have Dragman second, we have Denton third. Now we have Cootie making a move for third. Solo, I don't think that's really going to work out, but it might.
That's something we haven't spoken a whole lot about today. Cole Denton, he's came out of basically nowhere to be in 3rd place. Cootie, no help on the inside line. Lynch in the wall a little bit. Like I said before, it's very easy to get in the wall. Looks like Denton's going to try to have an inside line form up. Let's see if Cootie will get to him. But I don't think he has the ability to. I think Cole Denton just dropped back a little bit. No real point in doing that. But Van Drummond, wasn't expecting him in P number 2, and here he is right now, right behind Thurston. I think that if I was Van Drummond, I would just ride with Thurston. You know, you still got 55 laps to go. That's probably 1 full pit cycle. So if we get another caution, there's still no point in going super crazy mode. I think just let it ride, 10, 15 to go. That's when you start turning on the jets. But these drivers, they don't like holding anything back. And we have some Dale line going up at the top. Mostly outside line. paving the way so far. The two cars trying to form an inside line as Blaze McKinney got into the wall a little bit right outside of Andrew Cootie. And who knows, maybe that break in momentum will cause a resurgence from the inside line, but it looks like right now it's going to be single file on the outside line that is going to be making the most progress right now, with James Thurston leading the way.
Yeah, and you mentioned Andrew Cootie earlier. I wanted to mention before I got interrupted. I wanted to ask, do you think Atlanta races different to other super speedways? So like Talladega, Daytona, they race similar, but how different does Atlanta race, considering it's a 1.5 miles originally meant for, you know, actual racing instead of super speedway racing? And how different do you think Atlanta races to, you know, those bigger super speedways, the 2-mile Daytona and the 2.5-mile Talladega?
I'd say it's a lot different. The corners are, for one, they're a lot thinner too. So you can't go 3 and 4 wide like you can at a place like Talladega, and the banking's higher, so you're essentially launched into the corner at Atlanta. So that's how you see cars so easily scrape against the wall, because you're just going at such a high speed into a sharp banked corner that isn't, because the corners at like super speedways like Daytona and Talladega, they're very sweeping deep. The sudden change is very noticeable.
Oh, there's a few people on the wall, and that looked almost bad, but
that was close for Blaze McKinney. But yeah, like I said, very easy to get into the wall, and
yeah,
sorry about that first. I had a minor brain fart. But yeah, I think that just the length of the track makes it race fundamentally different, because there's not as much distance to cover, and there's less space for the cars to move around. And especially with this dog leg, it's so sharp that it's easy to, you know, bounce off the wall accidentally, or cut across someone's nose trying to take the most optimal line. But we have a 4-car breakaway right now, led by James Thurston. So it looks like the race is simmering down for right now, as people will try to figure things out, and we might even have a green flag run, green flag pit stop, God willing.
yeah, and obviously green flag pit stops would be cool to see here. Now, I wanted to mention at the top of the show that the green flag pit line is actually in SRL. It's going to be similar to how it was in real life. You must get off on the backstretch and to avoid any chance of a caution, and you must slow it down to be on the apron, and then that's how you get on the pit road. Now, I don't really like that pit entry. I mean, if you were able to go full speed on the apron as fast as you could then into pit road, I think that's fine, but just having to go pit speed on the apron is not fine to me, so...
You don't have to go pit speed on the apron.
Oh, wait, is that... Okay,
No.
I thought you had to. I thought you had to. No.
You can go as fast as you want on the apron. It's just you just have to make pit road speed.
Okay, yeah, then I got it mixed up. I apologize, but obviously that's good to hear then. So I mean, you're still losing some time, because you're gonna lose some time because you have to lift on the apron so you don't move up the track and then get a penalty for it, because that's technically unsafe. And yeah, but obviously, how do you think that's gonna affect the strategy here?
I think it's going to be interesting in that this isn't really something that you do on iRacing, because in official iRacing races, you know, a lot of people will go in the middle of the corner. They don't slow down on the back straight, because that loses a whole lot of time. But the rules are different in a league, so I think it might catch some people off guard. We might even see a penalty for a leader who, in the heat of the moment, forgot the rules. So there's so many variables at play, especially more so during the super speedway races. But it seems like James Thurston and Van Drummond are controlling their own destiny right now, first and second place, coming to 44 to go.
Yeah, and 44 to go, still a lot of time considering it's Atlanta. Now, I want to look at the times, and I'm currently looking at Henry Caloff and the Greg Van Alst scheme, and there was obviously competition for that a while back, but we're going to look at the leader, James Thurston. A 30.6. Now, how fast are these lap times considered to, you know, the pre-Atlanta pave? Like, if you were to run the pre-Atlanta pave with the current next-gen, how much slower do you think it would be?
I think it was something about like 5. I think it's like 3 seconds slower or something like that.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, don't take my word for it, because I haven't done old Atlanta in these cars in a very, very long time. But I think it is somewhere around that mark. But James Thurston, he won at Richmond, looking to go back to back in the SRL Cup Series. That'd be very good for his points situation at this moment if he can go back to back. And who knows? He might even come out as the champion this year if God wills it.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the 2012 results, the car of tomorrow, the final year, and these cars on the old package, the 950 on old Atlanta, when I think about the same time as Thurston's running right now, so definitely crazy that, you know, the 650 horsepower super speedway still is a tad like a 2/10 difference within, you know, the car tomorrow, which was 950. So obviously a huge difference in horsepower, but you know, just to tell you how slow these cars have gotten over the past few years.
So looks like this lead pack is starting to grow just a little bit, but I don't think that second pack is going to get anything done until they go double file. Cars already dropping to the inside line for pit lane. I saw Andrew Cootie drift up just a little bit, but I think green flag pit stops are starting right now. Now that we have a
they have a
green flag run,
right?
So that's good to see. Some strategy being played, and then maybe even a full green flag run to the line.
And now
would be the best in my opinion.
Yeah, now you can see on the right side of your picture is a pit road widget. That would be Andrew Cootie entering pit road. Obviously, tracked when cars go in and out of pit road, so you'll see here in a second when Andrew Cootie leaves. Now, you don't want to go solo in the pit road. That's exactly what Cootie's done, because he's going to have nobody to help him when he comes out of pit road. And now, Blaze is exiting pit road. I don't know why it didn't show him. That's a classic Andrew Schulte theme error. Now it disappears, but obviously we're going to wait for more people to come down here. And Malachi Drake at 30th, we haven't talked about him all night. He had a good run at Richmond, not having the best night tonight. And 37 cars entered this race, and I wonder how many are still in. Yeah, they're about to be lapped. And we have the number 44 Bluey car, obviously the highest running meme paint scheme, unless you consider the Piss System one a meme paint scheme. And you can see those 3 cars that were getting lapped, they are coming in the pit road. No, that's just, wow, that's the 27 going solo. That's going to be Francis Henderson. So he's going solo in the pit road. And Throttle, could you pull up our intervals for us? And obviously we have Edwin Mendez about to go lap down. Same with Malachi Drake. You're about to see. Oh, they're already a lap down. Kenny Rio out. 2 cars out of this
They have
race.
some pretty heavy damage from earlier wrecks. I think that they're just speed-wise a lot slower, even if they had draft.
Yeah. We have
I
5
think
cars.
that they're just trying to salvage whatever position they can get. But surely sometime soon these leaders have to go into pit lane. They have to be running a little bit thin on fuel.
Yeah, and Michael Deitch is the last person on the lead lap, and I want to tell everyone here a fact. So I believe we have 5 cars out of this race. That is a very interesting stat. So I'm surprised with all the wrecks we've seen, it hasn't been more, and thankfully that's the case, because we have a lot of guys still racing here, and that's good to see that a lot of people are still hanging out, even though, you know, some of them don't even have chances at winning. So obviously good to see everyone here. Had a beautiful night here at Atlanta. Now Jason Brady is on the back of Connor Zola battling for position. And I don't believe that New Atlanta, no, it does have lights. So I haven't seen a night Atlanta race.
New Atlanta on iRacing.
Oh, that's completely stupid. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't done that. It would look amazing at night, I'd like to say.
It's the same reason why they don't have yellow walls at Las Vegas. They're just too lazy to update it.
Yeah, that's obviously fair. And I mean, there's a few tracks that need updated walls with Iowa, and then, you know, but we still don't have an updated Spa, so that's very unfortunate. A few tracks being outdated here on the service, but still an amazing product nevertheless. And I mean, I did a Talladega Nights race. Now I would like to see lights at Talladega because, I don't know, seeing the next gens at Talladega night would be interesting. Same with seeing them here on iRacing at night at Atlanta. And, you know, Daytona being the only actual super speedway with night light is kind of boring. Don't you agree? So yeah. And what do I mean by the only real super speedway? They call it Nashville Speedway. Oh, what happened?
Lynch got in the wall a little bit.
Oh wow,
a little bit too high entering the corner. It's gonna kill some momentum, put him under pressure from Kuntz. Anyways, continue on.
Yeah, and as you're a seasoned veteran on iRacing, probably of like 10 years by this point, I wouldn't know. How different would it look? Well, how cool would it have to be for Atlanta to have night lighting?
Well, in terms of racing, it wouldn't really change anything besides the visuals. But I mean the aesthetic. I think that Atlanta at night would be it'd be a very pretty looking race, but I don't think the race would be too much different than it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, actually, I forgot. You did a Talladega night race with me. Now, how different was that vibe compared to, you know, Talladega day?
Just well, I mean, we could get like a comparison. When you're in pitch black conditions, you only see the void in front of you.
Yeah, obviously that was
it's a lot more scary than
having lights.
Yeah, than being able to see.
Yeah, I've done a 24-hour race at Watkins Glen on iRacing. Pitch black is not really fun to see. That would probably never happen in real life for multiple reasons, most likely the safety. And I mean, Watkins Glen at night was a different feeling when you could, you know, have lights. So obviously, very fun. And we see the two blue cars. That's going to be the Spino Esports, number 90 and 98. Oh, they touched the red line, but I don't think that's enough to have a warrant out for a penalty. So they're both going to come in the pit road. Sam Brochu taking it more risky, having the lead in the pit road, and 28 to go. So when are these top four going to pit, do you think, Hess?
I'd say within the next 3 laps. And
that's a very direct answer. I mean, obviously good to see. And yeah, you're right. One of these guys is coming down. Oh, all of them are coming down.
That's a very unorganized effort as Drummond nearly spins out.
Yeah, oh, he's getting very close. I mean, very good call there, Hess. You called it right on the dot. And Drummond has to avoid Kuntz, and now he's going to get into his pitbacks. Oh, he misses it a bit.
And you will not believe it.
Wow, everyone comes down. That 42. I want to take a focus on the 42. So David sent me a picture. I couldn't show it, or you might have seen it on the broadcast anymore, but he brought a remote control car. I think you know that throttle to Watkins Glen, and the media player showing. But he brought a remote control Watkins car to Watkins Glen, and it was in a near exact color scheme that 42 was running right now. So similar sponsors and stuff. So that's a very nice throwback to the older Corvette GT1s of the day, and 107 of 133. We're winding down the laps. That's a lot of guys flying by. So I believe Spino Esports just did a good strategy call, and now Brochu has the lead.
Race fans, you will not believe
it.
James Thurston 3 in the 96 got a penalty for too fast entering pit lane.
And our producer's not very happy about that.
Yeah, he's 1 lap down, probably coming close to 2 laps down. That's got to be heart-wrenching. He came in way too fast in pit lane.
Yeah,
and sometimes mistakes like that like those are the most costly.
Yeah, we have the 80 of Nicholas Budimic. I don't know how to say his name. I apologize, but obviously he's in first. He's doing something right. And who do we have in second? Because that's Ella Vidal in 3. He's an entire backstretch back. Now, then you have Jordan Kuntz, who just passed the start-finish line. So the top 3 is very split up. Throttle, do you have info on Nicholas's last pit? Yes, the leader. So no stint information. We're gonna.
Whoa!
Oh, it's gonna mess it up. John Kuntz onto the wall, and Nicholas barely avoids that. That's gonna be a tough
the
break.
caution? There's the caution.
Wait, yeah, finally a caution comes out. Unfortunate. Oh no! Just when we thought the 80 was oh, there's more wrecking. Oh, Jordan Kuntz spins again. That's unfortunate. That's probably the end of his race already. Man.
Wow, that was something I was not expecting at all. We got to get a replay on that because that is huge.
Very huge. Nicholas Budimic's chance of winning is farther down than now. I don't know if he had the pit, but obviously we're getting the replay here. So this is going to be the full lap. So you have, I believe, the leader a bit far back. Kuntz was close to getting lapped, and you have the 44. He was behind Kuntz when entering pit road. Oh, Blaze McKinney pushes. I don't know what car that is.
Yeah, it looks like McKinney just accidentally bumped.
That's Andrew Cootie.
Yeah, bumped Cootie, and then McKinney just got straight into Kuntz.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's get a chopper camera replay so we can see who's at fault here because
I think we know who's at fault for that.
Yeah, I thought Jordan self-cleared, but I want to see another angle here. I don't know. I was looking more at Cootie to see if he turned up or.
So we have the bad bump out of the corner. You don't bump out of the corners.
Yeah, that's obviously Super Speedway rule number 2. The first is you don't push the pusher.
So then McKinney tries to cross over Kuntz and then just gets into him.
Yeah, I thought Kuntz went down and
then Kuntz tries to save it, overcorrects right into Cootie.
Yeah, nothing Cootie could have done there.
Yeah,
I mean,
say what you want about Cootie, but there's nothing he can do about that.
Yeah, that was the exact words that were gonna come out of my mouth. I was gonna say something along the lines of, "Oh wow, Cole Denton almost killing a few people under yellow." But say what you want about Andrew Cootie, like how bad he is on Super Speedway sometimes, but that was not his fault. So obviously, tough break for Andrew Cootie. Listen, I made this like how he races people, but when I see something not at fault for him, then that's not his fault, you know? I'm not going to purposely be biased. So obviously, we have a few people pitting, and our previous leader during the yellow, Nicholas Budiminic, is going to be very far back on this restart, and oh, he didn't pit. He is a lap 110 on it. He hasn't pit the entire race up until now.
Not going.
And James Thurston, my bad. James Thurston obviously getting the wave around after the pit road penalty. So the race isn't exactly over. Nicholas is now P4. And the Bluey car is leading us here at Atlanta. What a time to be alive, Hess. You know, how amazing would it have been if the Feet Finder car won at Texas?
I mean, that was a pretty jammy car. That would have made a scale race pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, now we have the blue car waiting. So how does this make this race? I mean, already a good race, though.
I really can't say on YouTube.
Oh no,
my thoughts about this car.
He's probably
a certain group of people who really like kids shows would enjoy this car in Victory Lane.
Okay, that is definitely something. I mean, it's a funny meme car, but yeah, I don't. Anyways, I was about to say Cooper Glick, but I don't think he watches Bluey. But I was gonna say Furry. But anyways, obviously, 20 to go here.
The people
it's
who
not
own their
Cooper
own
slander. Oh, anyways, it's not Cooper slander. I thought he was gonna talk about furries, not weirdos. Anyways,
I mean, those go
he's
hand
also
in
my
hand,
corner.
really.
Well, I mean, there's a few exemptions. Obviously, one being SKS co-owner, Cooper Glick being the K in SKS. So,
anyways,
I'm plugging my own team.
race cards are off. That signifies that next time by will be the drop of the green flag for the
If they turn
restart.
back, also one thing, if they turn back on, someone did an oopsie. Obviously you don't want to see them turn back on because we want to get this race done and over with. And you know, Throttle, have you noticed on the ATVO timing screen, being our producer, there's an estimated time of when the race finishes.
What is going on here?
Oh, what is? So we might see those lights turn on again. So 20 to go here. So we have about 11 minutes until our final destination, which would be the checkered flag. I like to usually say that on a broadcast because it's kind of fun. That. And James Bomar is in, I believe that's P6, or P5. Yeah, so that's definitely going to be something. He has a nicer car than last week. I mean, his Wendy's car from last week was a banger, but this is, I like it more. No offense, Bomar. Now, coming back to the green, we have 20 to go. Bomar on the number 20, who we were just talking about. Now the number 44 is going to take us to the green. And it's going to be 19 to go when we cross that start-finish line. Green flag racing back from Atlanta.
Yeah, Van Drummond with a good start on that inside line. Sam Brochu pulling down to the inside line. Looks like Lynch won't be able to follow him through. Nicholas Budimlik, who had a pretty good pit strategy apparently, in third place, went from Nowheresville, Georgia, to now contending for the lead, solely on the bottom. But the 201 of James Bomar, he was in an earlier wreck. He's all the way up to contend for the lead. We're gonna have a pretty good last couple, last 20 laps. But currently our leader is Van Drummond, as he holds the advantage on the outside line over Nicholas B. But it's all up to who can manage the draft the most. John Lynch starting to help out Sam Brochu on that outside line. Looks like the outside line is going to be a formidable force, but a familiar face. And Andrew Cootie has made his way back to the inside line. He's very good at pushing. He can make his way up to the front right quick, especially with the 48 right behind him. So it's anyone's game right now, right here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and obviously they're 2x2, and oh, they're 3 wide also in the back. That might not end well. What is it going to do? Oh, wait, hold on. I want to see the hood of James Bomar's car because our producer does say something interesting. It's Charlie from Smiling Friends. Oh my God. What is going on?
We got 3 wide.
So we have 3 wide, and Bomar might be involved in the 3 wide.
This is
now is
sketchy.
Oh man, Sean Rowe. Yeah, that is Charlie from Smiling Friends. Sean Rowe, James Bomar's teammate in, I believe, Paintbrush Racing. I don't know the exact team, but
all over
yeah,
the back.
They're all gonna do whatever they're doing in the back, but Sean Rowe has 3rd place. We haven't talked about him all night. He's in the other 99, and he's going to be looking for the lead. He's going to try to push that Sandy. Oh, good luck in the back.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It wasn't actually as huge as I said, no, but Cole Denton involved in that wreck.
Wow, yeah, that was...
Man, I thought that was going to be bigger.
That should have been a lot bigger than it was, but
yeah,
good on all of the drivers to not make it bigger than we thought it was going to be. So
yeah,
the field is saved for at least a couple more laps.
Yeah, a couple more laps at least. At best, maybe the entire race.
So we're looking at Nicholas Borowski right now. Looks like the 64 of Larner just doesn't stay low. Comes up into the 34 of Mendez.
Ooh.
Borowski, Mendez.
I thought, who's that red car?
Nothing that they could really do because Larner just came up about 2.5 lanes.
Who's that red car?
That's
the red, black, and blue car. he nearly got collected in that wreck. So that was obviously a close call for whoever that was. Unfortunately, not having any view on who it actually was. So how unfortunate, but very close call by whoever that was, and obviously 3 cars involved in that wreck. So how unfortunate, but you know, I did want to mention something about our other program here on Fireball Talks NASCAR HCBB, and now's the perfect time to do so. So, for 2 nights in a row, we have a walk-off bunt. It would be the LA Stars and I believe the SSG Landers. The LA Stars win that game 4-3, and one of the HCBB streamers, he streamed the game, went into the Rakuten Eagles versus Rebels game, and hit a 2-run walk-off home run. And, you know, he might be that guy. So, for any Fireball Talks NASCAR-related content, please scan the QR code you just saw on your screen. Maybe throttle pull it back up so people have a chance to scan it, and join our Discord for race information, any HCBB information if you're an HCBB fan, and access to interviews during in-race production. So, obviously, we're excited to see how, you know, this SRL race is going to finish out, and obviously how the HCBB season is going to finish out maybe tomorrow if there's a Game 31, and if not, then we might have some playoff games. But we're more focused on this finish right now. We have, I believe, 2 to green here on the SRL Cup Series, the Blaze Designs Cup Series, and obviously pace car light's still on. It's the classic 2011 Mustang leading your field here. Not the
is the lucky dog, so he will be back on the lead lap.
Yeah, not the iRacing pace car, which is an Audi. So go on, His. Sorry for interrupting.
I said Jordan Coons is the lucky dog for this caution, so he will be at the back of the field for this restart. So if we get one more caution, that means that James Thurston, after going 2 laps down, he could be back in contention. Contention's a very finicky word because he'll be 25th, but anything's possible at these SuperSpeedway races. I mean, we saw Trevor Payne win in 2011, so anything can happen.
David Reagan choked. David Reagan was robbed, but he did win Daytona later that year, so all worked out. So, coming back to the green here. Does anyone here still have a copy? I don't know if my internet's gone out. I've had some pretty serious internet issues the last few nights. Okay, good. So we have 12 to go here. And, I mean, obviously, your race picks might have changed considering the fact that, you know... Oh, no. And...
Okay.
We have Blaze McKinney in 8th.
Pace car lights are out. Van Drummond is our leader, coming to, I believe this is 11 to go here at Atlanta. Green flag is out. Good start for Van Drummond. Sam Brochu didn't get a very good start on the outside line, but neither did the 990 of Sean Rowe. So Van Drummond working the lines the best, but he's going to have a big gap, and that's a big speed difference coming up right behind his car. The two Spire Esports cars, that's Sam Brochu and Jono Lynch. Working the outside line. They're going to try to pull alongside as we got cars on the apron moving back up into traffic. Oh, that was a close one. We don't see it. There's no wrecked cars yet, but that's gonna cause a big separation. So that might be what seals the deal for these top, I'd say, 10 cars, but there's still a lot of racing to go, and we got one car. We got Andrew Larner on the apron. He's gonna let everyone by, hopefully. But Van Drummond, he's now on the pressure point as Sean Rowe moves to his inside. Van Drummond on the outside, gonna try to hold him off. But we got 9 to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in a thriller to be, with Sean Rowe on the inside getting some good pushes by Andrew Cootie.
Obviously, considering the fact that that 94, or that throwback to the number 9 Casey Kane car. I can't tell what number that is, but he was involved in the previous wreck, so that's why he was probably on the apron to let everyone by. But speaking of this 2x2 racing, and now they're going to go 3x2, and as soon as I say they go 2 wide, they're going to start going 3 wide intensely. They're bumping and banging. I don't know what's going to happen. And Floppa is going to get loose, and they all save it. Good save by Floppa. Good save by Geo Turpin. And, man, that was that could have been a pretty nasty wreck, obviously. All of them saving it. And
I had disaster.
We have a lot of guys just now out of the draft because of that. And Sean Rowe leads this race. We have Andrew Cootie in second, obviously having a good comeback after being randomly turned after that Jordan Coons there. And caution is out, and for what could it have been? Oh, now I see it. Floppa's blowing an engine on the back. And we're going to have to focus on that 48. That is very unparticular on how that car just blew an engine. Oh, man, I see why now. Yeah, that car is smoking.
That's a destroyed race car right there. He was running 14th, and then everything went south for him. It's a shame. He was
so let's see what happened here. So let's see what happened here. They were 3 wide running, and man, oh, Geo Turpin net codes. I don't know who that would be. I think that would be Evan Allen up in the Floppa, and then Floppa's engine just explodes on the spot right there, unfortunately. And then his engine, oh, what was that 27 doing? What beef did he have with the 48? I mean, oh no, he just got hit by Michael Deitch on the low side, and oh no, he just turns up in the Floppa for no reason. What was Francis doing?
Evan Allen just gave Geo Turpin a push, and that sent him sideways. One little tap's all it needs to send these next-gen cars sideways in the corners. And Nicholas Martinez Jr. just nothing he could do about that. Just sadly a victim of circumstance. That's what happens to a lot of drivers at these plate tracks. Become a victim of circumstance. Same thing with Wyatt Roberts in the 42. He got a decent bit of damage from that since he ran to the back of Martinez. So you hate to see it for a driver that was running up front earlier this race, that number 48, but his time is now. He will have to retire from the race.
Yeah, that's how unfortunate. I mean, I don't think they get a faster pair here in SRL, and yeah, I mean, it's a super speedway. Oh, they do get one faster pair, but Floppa might have used his from earlier, so we'll see here in a second. I'm going to go check on him, and he's going to have a... Whoa, he's coming out there with a blown engine, so I'd like to focus on the 48. One of his wheels is also about to fall off the car. If you want to focus on that, and he has a blown engine. He's going just about 100 around the track, and yeah, I don't know how that thing is gonna survive another 10 laps or 5 laps at best. So we have Sean Rowe on the front row with Andrew Cootie, Blaze McKinney, Van Drugman, Sam Brochu, Jordan Herring. That's your first 3 rows on this restart. If we do go green the next time by, and if no one pits, well, we'll see.
Yeah, so Sean Rowe is going to be scored as your leader. It's all up to how he can, if he can get a good start. If Van Drummond gets a good start, he can be a force on that inside line, especially with someone like Sam Brochu pushing. We know how good he is on the plate tracks when it comes to pushing. So we have some very experienced super speedway racers who know what to do when it comes to crunch time. And luckily for them, crunch time is right now. We're going to have 3 laps to go when the green flag drops.
4 to go, obviously. And as you said, 3 to go. So it's going to be a natural green-white checkered or somewhat close to that. I don't know if we could exactly classify this as a natural green-white checkered, but... Oh, I'm still on the replay cameras.
Restart.
Yeah, a late race restart, I would think... Nah. I think one more lap of yellow and we could cause it as a natural green-white checkered, but 3 to go this time by 1 more lap than the natural green-white checkered, or a green-white checkered in general. So we'll be seeing, do they go to a green-white checkered, or do they make it to the end on the scheduled distance, 133 laps? We will see in the next few minutes. Ready to go green, we have the number 44 and the number 99. Sean Rowe leads us off. Green flag back up in the air here at Atlanta. Sean Rowe takes an early lead over the number 6 of Andrew Cootie and Van Drugman. But now Drugman follows behind Sean Rowe and heads to you.
All right, Drummond did not get the start that he wanted. He could not keep Rowe to his outside. Here comes Cootie down the middle.
Oh no! Andrew Cootie makes a controversial move, causing a wreck. And oh man, the
66 doing.
Yeah, the 44 just got brake checked or not brake checked. He got ARCA brake. Oh wow! Oh my! They're still wrecking in the 3. That was impressive. Wow, they wrecked all the way from the middle, or maybe even the beginning of the backstretch to 3.
Yeah, that was Aaron Barnacle who just plowed straight into the back of the 44. That's a shame for Van Drummond. Really just got taken out by 2 over-aggressive drivers. Not a whole lot you can do in that situation. But near the back, I saw the 05 go around.
Yeah, and we're getting a replay now. I think we need to put it more back than whatever we have here, because the wreck started way before that, and obviously we're just catching the latter half of the wreck. Still the latter half, as they're still wrecking. I mean, you can see them wrecking the turn 4, and then Thurston checking up because he doesn't want to run into the back of the 44 and end his race again. So obviously a very bad incident. We have 3 to go, and we're going to get another replay.
And race fans, Andrew Cootie has been given an EOL penalty for that caution.
Yeah,
he's end of the line. So
yeah, he should get 2 EOLs for causing a wreck that big, because that was honestly the size of 2 wrecks by that point.
Yeah, that was. Well, he lives up to his reputation of being an aggressive plate racer, and you do have to take the initiative on these super speedway races. Not everything falls into your lap, but I think that he might have overdone it a little bit, because even if you classified that as a Van Drummond overcorrection, that was just.
It wouldn't have happened if Cootie didn't do that.
Yeah, but. Hindsight is 2020. Sean Rowe's probably sitting rather pretty, knowing that all happened behind him.
Oh my! You know, I made a bet with William. If you want a 4-letter league race that I cannot mention, in the season. Oh hey! Oh wait, never mind. He's muted. So. Yeah, he won a race, and now I have to make a Pastrana ARCA car, so I might go 2 for 2 for Pastrana car bets if Boys McKinney wins this race, so that's going to be...
Does it start with O?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could DM me that. Anyways, yeah, I might go 2 for 2 on Pastrana car bets, and I don't think that's really a good thing, but you want to know what is a good thing? 3 to go. We have 3 to go, and they're 1 to green, and we are about to see a green-white checkered finish here. And we have 1 out of 3 green-white checkered, so we have, 3 green-white checkered chances. If they wreck on the next 2 green-white checkers, we have 1 more chance, and then nothing happens after that. Next flag ends it if, there's a hugest wreck on Earth, every car involved except 1, no yellow. And if there is a yellow, that ends the race. So, no matter what, on the 3rd green-white checkered, next flag ends it, but we're not on the 3rd, we're on the 1st. So, we can have 2 more wrecks and then we're good. So we're excited to see what happens here. 136 laps. Plan to beat the distance, but we'll probably do 137. And, oh, we have a number 16 car. That is Riley Marabello, Spino Esports. We haven't talked about him all night. Thought, how about we go on board with him and see how he goes through this, Riley Marabello. How about we go on board with him and see how he does on the next restart?
Right in front of him is that 92 of Contreras. We haven't spoken about him at all, and he's found his way up when it matters the most. Pace car is off. See, diving in the pit lane. It's going to be Sean Rowe on the point. Green flag is out for the first green-white checkered of this race. Inside line did not get a very good start right there. Sean Rowe with a big gap. So it's going to be up to the speed difference and how he will be able to block the lines, because having that big a gap is not ideal. And Maribella's all boxed in, can't do a whole lot. But in front of him, Contreras has a great run. Jordan Herring to the top spot.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Now this is going to be unbelievable. Jordan Herring in the lead. We have 2 to go.
And they're coming to the white flag.
Pushing him. White flag. Next flag will end the race. Sean Rowe takes the lead. Now he leads the white flag. But can he lead the next lap? We'll see him in about 30 seconds here. Blaze McKinney pushing Sean Rowe. What is McKinney going to do so he can win himself this race? And we have the number 80. That's going to be, I believe, Nicholas. And he's going to look. And Hess, you know what? You can do the final call.
All right.
Herring's going to push
Sean
him.
Rowe. Herring gets it. Herring gets it. B. We have some technical difficulties. Sean Rowe, he's alone. He's going to win at Atlanta as the field explodes behind him. Good Lord.
And as the field explodes, the producer's computer explodes. So unfortunate, but man, Sean Rowe winning that race. I mean, I sort of seen it happening, but man, I thought he was gonna get involved in some last lap wreck, and yeah, he didn't. He's gonna win this race. So good to see Sean Rowe enter victory lane in the SRL Blaze Designs Cup Series.
Yeah, he wasn't really
burn it down.
He did exactly what you want to do at a SuperSpeedway. Stay out of trouble the entire race and then perform when it matters the most. And he did exactly that. And he's very deserving of these burnouts throughout a chaotic and crazy Atlanta race. Good job to Sean Rowe. Good job to Nicholas Badimlik and Aladam Contreras. 2 people we really haven't spoken about a lot. They're in position second and third. James Thurston came back from a 2-lap deficit to be in 4th place. And we talked about him sparsely earlier, but Henry Kaloff didn't really make any waves, but I saw a top 5 finish for him.
Yeah, obviously very good. Speaking of top 5 finishes, let's go see your results to see, you know, everyone who finished the race, everyone who finished in the top 5, and Throttle, if you could do that for us, that'd be amazing. So I think I'll lead it off just like how I did the grid, and then you can do page 2, and yeah, we'll go from there. So we have, seemingly interesting. So we're going to try to read it off the best we can. So we have Sean Rowe in first, Nicholas Budimlik in second. I've had trouble pronouncing his name all night. Aladam Contreras third, James Thurston fourth, Henry Kaloff fifth, Jason Brady sixth, James Bomar seventh, Jordan Herring eighth, Dominic Barbagallo ninth, and the 050 of Carson Marenka in the Ford 10th.
All right, first driver outside the top 10 is the 50 of Evan Allen 3. 12th is Van Drummond. He had a great race going, didn't pan out the way he wanted to. 12th place for him. Riley Marabello in the 16 and 13th. 14th is Jordan Kuntz. Sam Brochu is in 15th place with Andrew Cootie in 16th after that EOL for that last caution. John Lynch, another one of the Spyro Esports cars, in 17th place. Nicholas Borowski in the 23. Pretty quiet night from him. 18th place. Connor Zola, my pick, far from winning, 6 seconds behind. 19th place, and Blaze McKinney rounds out your top 20.
My pick finishes behind your pick, even though he was in front entering the final lap. Just tells you how crazy these super speedway races can be. Speaking of crazy, we have Adam Boyles in 21st and, you know, Flop in 22nd with those unfortunate engine troubles. Cole Denton in 23rd, Gio Turpin 24th, Caleb McKinney 25th, Edwin Mendez 26th, Michael Deitch 27th, Wyatt Roberts 28th, Malachi Drake in 29th, and Andretti Robinson rounding out your top 30.
Francis Henderson in the 27th, 3 laps down in 31st place. Andrew Larner 4 laps down. Aaron Barnacle, he plowed into the wreck with Van Drummond, drops down to 33rd place, 4 laps down, and he was the last of the finishing cars. The first cars to DNF: Jack Carter, Joseph Lewis, Kenny Real, Osnar, and then Joe Constort and Glenn Bunger Jr. did not start the race.
Joaquin Stewart didn't start it either.
Joaquin. Joaquin.
Yeah,
Joaquin.
Joaquin, not Joquan. Joquan.
Joanne Favre.
Joquan is his second name. But obviously that's not how you pronounce it, right? You pronounce it Joaquin, but obviously, both I believe that's paintbrush racing teammates celebrating on the front stretch, and their cars are together. So obviously, teammates do that when one of their other teammates win the race, and obviously good to see that. So I believe we should get ready for interviews. That's Aladim Contreras in the 92. He finished far from winning. Hi, Aladim.
What's good?
I don't think you won the race. You were third. Actually, yeah, we do 3, 2, 1 interviews. So, Hess, you want him or me?
You can take him.
Okay, so obviously third. You were nothing near the top 3 at the, throttle. You were nothing near the top 3 during that entire race, and then at the end you just come out of nowhere. So how was that race? Describe it for us.
Well, me and the PBR boys, we had the strat to just like hit the Denny Hamlin and just relax the first like half of the race. Yawn, I know it's boring, but that's why we still have a faster pair, and that's why we still have an extra set of tires just in case. But yeah, we waited for all of them to die. We kept their cars clean. I actually got here with no practice, so I low-key almost sped in pit road. I almost sold it for my team there, but we still managed to get the win. We managed to get a podium. So we'll say this is my second race in this league, and I finished top 10 and third, so I'll take it. It was fun. It was a fun race. A little chaotic at first, but we'll take it.
Yeah, obviously, very chaotic race, and a very beautiful M&M's paint scheme there. And obviously, with you and Sean Rowe finishing first and third, I was about to say 1, 2, 3, but how does it feel to see your teammate win right in front of your own eyes? Do you wish you could have taken that win, or do you think it was, still as good to have your teammate win it?
I mean, you always want to win the race for yourself, no matter how selfish that sounds. But if you're gonna lose to someone, you might as well lose to your teammate,
Yeah, obviously. Always a good feeling to lose to your teammate. I mean, any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go here?
I guess I'll thank M&M's. I'll thank Burnt Rubber Racing, Todd Drift for putting this team together. It was fun working with these guys. Congrats to Sean. It's cool to see a friend win like that.
Obviously, a lot of people to thank, and we thank you for having here in the SRL Boys Designs Cup Series, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, thank y'all for having me.
And now we look to our second place finisher. That would be Nicholas Spiedemork. He's
Nikki B
he's not.
2003.
Huh. So we could. I guess Sean Rowe would be next. He is.
Nikki B 2003.
Okay. All right, then welcome. I have no idea how to pronounce your last name. I'd like if you could pronounce it for us.
Budimlik.
Okay.
Budimlik. Okay. We have Nicholas Budimlik
thank you.
in the number 80 coming
I'm
in
pronouncing it wrong
place.
the entire night.
We didn't see you a whole lot throughout the entire race until that last green flag pit stops. Explain to us how pit strategy worked out in your favor.
Honestly, I don't even know how that worked. I do that in almost every single league. I hold back at these super speedways because I know it's just going to be hell. And all of a sudden, I have a different fuel strategy. I stay out a little bit longer, and then the caution happens. And then I'm like, oh, I'm back in front. And then I stay up there. So it's a little bit of a gamble, but it works out 1% of the time. So I'm glad it worked out 1% of the time this time and not other races.
So considering how crazy this race was, what was your game plan going into this race? Were you just trying to ride around, or were you trying to like get to the front as quick as you could?
Yeah, I held back for like 10-15 laps, and then I saw that it calmed down a little bit, and then I tried to ride with the front pack, and then a caution happened. I slammed on my brakes and I hit a car in front of me, but luckily it didn't cause me too much damage, and I just rode around in the back for the majority of the race.
Oh, that's what happens at those super speedways. Sometimes you could be at the back one lap, and then you're thrust to the front at the other, and you're finishing second at a race at Atlanta. So before we let you go, do you have any sponsors you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my college for having me there. Although I'm not on the esports team, I've been trying to get them to have an iRacing esports team. But other than that, I'd just like to thank them. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for getting me my computer so I can race. And that's about it.
All right, good to see you get a good finish here at Atlanta, Nicky B. We'll see you at the next race, buddy.
Thank you.
Obviously, a few things he said there, I'd like to note, obviously. This might be a good race to show that, you know, a college iRacing team would definitely be a good addition to an esports organization. And now we have our first place finisher. That would be Sean Rowe. So, Sean Rowe, welcome to the booth here. And a win. So,
filler.
welcome to the booth. And I believe this is your first SRL win?
That
Maybe?
would be correct.
All right, your first SRL win. I know you attended some races last season, but I can't recall if you won any of them. But glad to see you finally got a win. And honestly, Atlanta, a huge wild card track. Did you expect to win this race on that final restart or no?
Of course I did. I'm the best there is. No, I'm just joking. Honestly, I thought going into the final corner, I still didn't have it because I thought they were gonna have a huge run on me. I'd have to pull like a Logano block, but the guy running third, pushing the guy behind me, made a move, and I was like, yes, because I knew they would not get to me. But yeah, dude, like the last 10 laps, I was like so nervous because I thought I was either gonna get turned from a bad push or someone was just gonna get a huge run. I was gonna fall back, but luckily that did not happen.
Yeah, obviously, good that it didn't happen because now you've won that race. And man, Atlanta's a crazy race. Now, what would the next track be? Mid-Ohio? I believe so. I have no idea. I think it's Mid-Ohio. Well, if it is Mid-Ohio, that's a road course, obviously. Do you plan to attend that race? And if so, how are you going to attack that track? Because that track is definitely much different than down here in Georgia.
I would attend it, but because I like road courses, I feel like I'm pretty good. I did pretty good at Chicago Street a couple weeks ago.
Road courses.
But I'm not going to be home for that, so I will not be able to race it. But yeah, I definitely would have. I haven't raced there much, especially in the next gen, so it would have been a tough task to learn the whole track and everything.
Yeah, and obviously Mid-Ohio is the week after this, so we don't have an off week. I thought we did. But Mid-Ohio is definitely a fun track, I'd assume, and obviously running it with a car that doesn't go there seems much more fun than someone would expect because the trucks run there in real life. The next gens, however, don't, and the Indy cars do run there. So obviously, two different forms of racing, open wheel and stock cars running there. And obviously, good win for you. And any spots you want to thank on your first win?
Yeah, I want to thank Burnt Rubber Racing Warehouse, Zachary Todriff. You know, he put me on his team. Glad to be on it. A lot of people that are very nice and work great with me, and yeah, not many others to thank, but thank you guys for putting these streams up so I can look back on this and see the great calls. And thank Shumi for running the league, and yeah, that's about it.
We love Alexander Schumacher, always hosting the SRL Boys Designs Cup Series, and we thank you for your time. And hopefully we see you in about 3 weeks' time at Twin Ring Motegi then, where you might be attending. I don't know how your schedule looks, but hopefully you can. So, obviously, Mid-Ohio, Twin Ring Motegi, the next two tracks on the schedule. And we're going to go across the earth for that race, and we're going to see how that looks. And Hess, any final thoughts you have on this race before we eventually go off the air?
I think that overall it was an all right race. I think people could have dialed back the aggression a little bit earlier on, but I coming into this, I did not know that we had a faster pair.
Yeah, me neither.
So that really just allows people to be aggressive when they want to be. So I don't know if having a faster pair was the best for the racing product, but definitely the longevity of the field it preserved, because it basically gives people a free pass to wreck once, and then
get out of jail free card.
Once that's gone, you really have to be careful. But it's Super Speedway Racing. Wrecks happen. I think it was a good race, a good finish. I would have liked a closer finish, but Super Speedway last lap is infamous for big wrecks, lots of drama, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Also, one more note you forgot, unpredictability, because, you know, someone from all the way in 20th can win, and it's very unlikely, but it's happened definitely a few times. And yeah, Atlanta, a great race. Obviously, I do wish it was the older configuration, but still a good track nevertheless. And I'm glad we got to bring you this broadcast tonight, and we will be going to Mid-Ohio up north. And as I said, Twin Ring Motegi, then it's Nashville, Detroit, Bell, Ohio, your next 4 races on the schedule. So we'll be seeing 2 road courses in 3 racing weeks, I believe, 4 racing weeks. So 2 ovals, 2 road courses in the next 4 weeks. So definitely going to be a cool next 4 weeks to see. And we want to thank you here on the Fireball Talks NASCAR Broadcasting Network for watching tonight, even though we had some trouble-filled issues. And, you know, thank you for sticking with us through that, and we will see you next week at Mid-Ohio. Thank you and good night.